Yeah. Today's video is made possible by the female that was double parked on Ocean Avenue in Jersey City, standing with her door open, twerking. And no one is stopping her. No one is looking outraged. I honk my horn like, well, move over. You got a parking space right there in front of you. And you out there to show off that big surgery enhanced what? Well, I didn't record it because recording it will give energy to their behavior. And this is the problem with a lot of Black American women. I hate to say it. And then you got the guys who support stuff like this, but this is the type of guys that they like, okay? It ain't no respectable brother out here talking about, you know, I got my act together, but I want me one of these chicks out here twerking that booty and all that. You know, some guys out here who are simps who can't get women, so they can take what they can get. But as for a man who has self-respect, no way. You know? So I'm looking like, I can't believe this. I thought it was like a accident. I thought they was waiting for somebody. No, it's Friday, and she turned up doing that. And I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me with this. But of course, no one's going to say anything about it, you know? You ain't going to see no woman doing it because, you know, a lot of women where I'm from will actually pretend to be like, I'm not like that. I don't do things like that. But then they vicariously live through things like that because there's a difference between being a stand-up type of person and having some decency and saying like, I don't get that like that. That's tacky. No, it's women like, no, I don't do things like that. But they would love to, you know? Living vicariously through other Black women's struggle. This is why nothing gets called out. To be honest with you, you know, this is why we have Black men on social media always constantly trying to disassociate themselves from Pookie and Ray Ray. It's because, you know, it's funny. A lot of Black women will talk about how we don't do anything. We this, we that, we lame and stuff like that. And we don't build, but they don't like builders, okay? And other Black men will swiftly get up and walk away from the situation and from Black America because we're not respected in Black America when you are just a decent Black man. They always use this stigma to try to stop you from being critical. Well, you're not Black men, ain't building anything, blah, 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 blah. You always hear that nonsense. Okay, not all of us are billionaires where we can just build or high thousandaires. We're not all like that. But we are not going to sit here and just make it sound like it's totally acceptable to be the way you are just because we financially can't buy you out of your burden. That's nonsense. You are a grown woman. Get your act together. Just like any grown man should be able to get his act together. Does it make any sense? No, it doesn't. But anyway, that type of behavior is a norm. Like, I'm walking my dogs during the summertime just months ago, and there's a female that's always sitting out there. She got like a low fade, like it's just ski ball fade. And she kind of like, she got like masculine like traits to her, not her body. She actually has a feminine body. She got a little extra weight on her stomach, but my point is, she has masculine mental traits, I meant. But she out there teaching her little niece and whoever it is how to dance provocatively as there are grown pookies out there just standing there in the background, just like licking their chops. You know, not looking like R. Kelly was on the back of a Leah album cover for age ain't nothing but a number, but you get what I'm saying. But it's always the black man's problem. You know, you priming a lot of these females for situations that end up tragically happening, and then you want to blame it on black men when you dangle that carrot in front of that monster's face. Yes, that monster, not black monsters, because y'all always want to put a monstrous look on a black man's title, where you know y'all fuck with black men who are like that, because you're not savory types. You're not savory types yourself. You're not. So you mess with that type of person. You know what they say, you know, birds of a feather flock together. You know, people attract like-minded people. You know, they always try to say opposites attract. BS. You ain't no stand-up woman attracting Pookie and then you keeping Pookie around you. No, it's because you only keep Pookie around you because you are Pookie. You're the female version of that. I don't give a damn how many degrees you try to get in place of it. You know, having financial status only enhances the person you already are. This is why a lot of these women still choose the men they choose. But like I was saying, we got like women who carry on with the behavior. Like I started out in this video saying like I'm like double parked on Ocean Avenue, Jersey City, near the firehouse. You double parked as is. You're standing with your door open, taking up the entire lane, and you are twerking, leaning on your car door, busting it open, swerve. You know, the butt is shaking in the circular motion also. And I'm like, can you just go around her? The guy in front of me. I'm like, I'm honking at him because he's getting a show. And I'm saying to myself, stop encouraging this nonsense. This is what they want you to do. But then they want to turn around and complain about being sexualized. This is black women. Oh, don't let it be a chocolate sister. Forget that. Don't let that, you know, Organic mentioned the whole thing about cuties, and it's the director and writer is a French black woman. Yeah, you know, and it would make sense why they're quiet on that, because when there's other black women teaching these black women to devalue themselves, crickets, quiet as a church mouse. But when that young girl gets sexually abused and attacked by one of those pookies I told you about earlier that was sitting there licking their chops, it's an issue. But I'm not saying that man is justified. No, he's a creep. He belongs, you put him under that damn jail. But stop priming and prepping your young daughters for men like this. Stop it. I would not, if I had a son, I wouldn't be having my son walking around saying, look, man, get all the ladies, you king dingling. No, I don't want my son being a deadbeat dad. I don't want my son being a baby father. I want my son to be responsible. He got a lot of life in front of him. Okay? A lot of life in front of him. And he should not be throwing it away, slinging day all over the place without responsibility. And what I'm saying is you have to be responsible for the actions that you put out in space. When you got your children acting this way, you got your son acting like he is king ding-a-ling, or you got your daughter like over-sexualized, you gotta take that burden. They're kids. And then you raising them to normalize it. And then when people get on you and you trying to become parent of the year, all of a sudden after you was trying to just be their buddy, they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to respect it. They don't want to listen to you because you didn't lay down the law early enough. Then they end up twerking out in the street. They end up with a lot of kids, and then the young man, he end up being a father to a lot of them. You end up with people like Future and stuff. You just happen to have some talent to him. It ain't my type of music, but you get what I'm saying. He be in the studio high all the time. I can go in detail why I don't like him. Because he mumbles a lot of stuff while he high, and he does that. And he's even said it on record. I didn't even know I made words to it. I just was just making noises, but people added words to it, so I just ran with it, you know? I didn't even know what I said. But this is the type of man that women like. That's why Ciara couldn't keep his name out of her mouth, even though she was married to Russell Wilson. The man, her safety nigga. Her safety Negro. That's right. And this is why we got to split right now, because we have a lot of these guys who were once considered utility, just in case of emergency, safety Negroes are waking up. And we're like, you know what? F this, I'm going elsewhere. You know? You ever notice that a lot of men who date outside of the race, a lot of black men, for the most part, a lot of them aren't online bad-mouthing black women? They're not. You got the smaller percentage of them, like the real self-haters, like Lil Wayne, Mr. Colorist himself. No, a man at the end of the day is going to end up going where he is loved and appreciated. All those guys you consider weirdos and lames, they want to be with somebody. They wanted to be with you, but you treated them like they were lame. You treated them like they were weirdos. Why? Because they wasn't the stereotypical black person. You know? This is what Donald Glover ended up. Why you think Donald Glover's with a woman of what, she's white? I don't know, Middle Eastern something. I think she's white. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. And I'm not saying here like, you know what? Hey guys, do this. This is what you need to do. Women are women, bro. But it's been proven that a lot of non-black women see things, they see things that black women don't see. Or they like things about men that black women don't like. Like, it's funny. A lot of black women will end up with a black man who's down in the dumps that they can control, or he has to have everything together. But with a white guy, he ain't got to have nothing. He don't got nothing. He be cockeyed, smell like bologna sandwiches, and all he has to do is be the color white, because if they're gonna, they want that designer baby, you know. Man, it's to the point where I'm just like, you know what, forget it. That's why I tell a lot of them, like, yo, a lot of brothers, if you listen to this, just do you, okay? Because a lot of women like to, back to what I was saying about the whole thing with being different. You know, I always hear black people say this whole thing like, oh, we are not monolithic and stuff like that. But then this is a lot of guys who say stuff of that nature, but then black women like their men for like the most type. They like their black men one certain way. Like they pretty much just want you to be like like either a bum ass nigga, or they want you to be a baller. In between, no. There's no different in between. It's not being into different things. It's not into doing that. It's not into doing this. They want you to be controllable, or they want you to put them in a better situation. Now, I know a lot of women could be like that too, but let's talk about how the fact that there's some women out there, non-black women, who just don't care about all the stuff black women care about, and why you think black women are the least dated, okay, on dating apps. Because a lot of them don't take their health seriously. They not in shape. Okay? They don't post full body pics. And a lot of them, when they do have a butt, you best believe that butt is being displayed in a dating profile. And you wonder why you're not picked on top of the list. You're not. Sorry. It's not. Sorry. It's just the case. I mean, I've seen it myself. I mean, I just watched the video from my boy talking about how a woman was stood up. She flew 1,500 miles and was stood up by a brother because he realized, more than likely, he saw how big she was. And she was a light-skinned woman, so don't even try to say it was because of her skin color. She had a pretty face. Thing is that she turned out to be bigger than what he thought. And he was an idiot anyway, because he ain't had the balls to tell her no. Nah, I'm good. You know? He made excuses. And you know how I know it's an excuse? Because, the house is under construction. That's the same bullshit my aunt been saying for years in Philadelphia. Why we don't go to visit her. We family. But she don't want us to come over there because her house is under. That house been like that for 20-something fucking years. Knock it off. Okay? So if a dude's telling you some nonsense like that, I have a place, I have to make room. No. He's trying to get you not to come. But he don't have the cojones to tell you no. She fell for it because she's desperate. You know, and that leads to the final thing I want to say in this video. A lot of women behave the way they do. Voyeuristic. They want to pop that booty. They don't get respected by black men. Not all these women are going out there looking for Mr. Clean or Mr. Snow. They're not looking for him because they know they can't grab him anyway. But a lot of these women don't. Their lease is up, basically. They were out here doing all these type of things, and now their character has been assassinated. Their image has been ruined. And a lot of them never knew how to date from the beginning. And a lot of people say, well, you very one-sided in this video and stuff like that. Oh, I know the shortcomings of a lot of black men. I know my own shortcomings. The thing is, you don't see me out here blaming women for it. There's a difference. I'm not sitting out here blaming black women for it. Yes, there's a lot of dysfunction in black America, but all I'm trying to do is maneuver through it. And the fact is, I have a girlfriend. So the thing is, a lot of them don't know how to be girlfriends. A lot of them don't realize actions have consequences. And the consequences is your actions that you were thotting it up, doing all these other things, being out of shape, doing all, just not giving a F, just like, you know what, my butt fat. Some guy want to hit this. Just because a guy want to hit this doesn't mean he wants to be loyal to you, want to be married to you. Oh, he might leave a seed in you, but that's the type of guy you got. Is he going to be around? That's the question. But I digress. Anyway, y'all, because I'm a fury, I'm out. Peace.